Hello, everybody, and welcome to Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies we have not seen based on nothing but their weird description.
I'm Brantley.
I'm Albert. Brantley, you said you have a couple more for us? Well, I say a couple more. Like, you guys, we record these back to back, so last week's Brantley's going to read again, is what I'm saying.
All right. So first off, would you shut up back there?
No. Well, not.
Not you, my one of my three lizards.
He didn't make that much noise. I didn't register.
Okay, cool. Anyways, so first up we have Piranha Man versus Werewolf Man.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, now you're speaking my language.
Which literally means man-wolf man. Which I am all about.
Though it's the weird part that's
Where means
man. So it's not even, it's literally,
it's Latin man-wolf man.
Yeah, man-wolf. Yeah, okay. I was thinking it was, if you said man-werewolf, that would be man-wolf. Which would be funnier, but also would not make any sense in English.
Man.
Man.
I am man. Cool.
I do want to point out,
I have all the powers of a man.
There's have you seen the Despicable Me franchise? Any of them?
I've seen the first one and parts of the second one.
We've seen the third one now. And in the third one, a major plot point is the little girl is going hunting for a unicorn.
That one's Agnes, right?
Agnes, yes. Yeah. And they, like, everybody's trying to let her know and let her down gently that unicorns don't exist. Except this is a world that we saw in the first one. A, with the minions, and B, the first one establishes the reality of werewolves.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
the
it
dude
does.
who, like,
that's right.
The moon goes away and the werewolf turns into the dude. Like, these things exist. Why would there not be a unicorn for real in this world? Anyway, go ahead, Brantley.
The epic, generations-long battle between two of nature's most powerful killing machines.
That's
exclamation point.
Okay, no. Werewolves and what was the other thing?
The rivalry between the rivalry between the fish-like Piranha Man. The rivalry between the fish-like Piranha Man and the canine Werewolf Man. Yes, he's both canine, a werewolf, and man. Thank you.
Yeah. Is he humanoid, though?
He's a wolf man. He's a wolf man now. Is one of brutal murder, familial kidnappings, stalking, and incest.
What was you...
I've been throwing you a loop the past 2 weeks. I like it.
With the order, first of all, we start off with brutal murder. Not just regular murder, brutal.
I mean, there's claws and things.
Yeah. It's just the one, like... The setup here is that it's just the one dude versus the other dude.
I mean, epic generations long battle, so they're just having kids.
Are these like old grandpas at this point who are killing off each other's kids and also sleeping with
it could
own
be like
kids that have not been killed off by the other one because of the incest?
Where incest comes from. There's also like a underworld where the werewolves are also immortal.
Yeah, I don't care about underworld.
It's okay.
It's okay. It just
Rise of the Lycans is really fun, and the other ones are just kind of like, they're there.
It feels like it missed its opportunity to be as awesome as it could have been.
Yeah.
This one feels like it honestly is just throwing everything at the screen. This is like a, Sharktopus versus Terracuda kind of deal. Where those movies, and I hate them, they're just sort of let's see what crazy thing we can do now, but in like the most cynical way you can imagine.
Yeah. I
don't enjoy them. And I'm a person who really enjoys bad shark movies. Anyway, what was can you read that list again? There was the incest, brutal
familial kidnappings, stalking, which considering we have a wolf could be two different kinds of stalking.
Also, like, why is that in the list in the middle? Like, I've got a restraining order against you, and also stop sleeping with your daughter.
And incest. When the decades-old fight. I said generations before. How fast are these people having kids? I guess one of them's a wolf, the other one's a piranha, so pretty quickly.
Yeah?
Have a couple kids every 2 years.
Yeah, the setup there after saying generations long was like, but they do, like, breed every 5 months.
Yeah, it's fair enough. When the decades-old fight begins to affect the life of his investigative journalist, Lexi Glass. Which I can't tell is either a really cool name or a really lame name.
It's like one word away from plexiglass, one letter away.
Yeah.
So not really, because plexiglass in the coolness hierarchy of glass, if there is such a thing, plexiglass is not high
Really?
on the list. I wouldn't think. No.
All right.
Like stained glass, maybe. I know anything that you can make a bass boat out of is uncool. You can't make a bass boat out of titanium because it would sink.
You can make it out of aluminum.
But that's not cool anymore. It used to be before they made bass boats out of it. But aluminum used to be super valuable because it was real hard to make, and then they invented a process that they could make bass boats out of it, and it stopped being so cool anymore.
All right.
That's Albert's theory of the shrinking value of aluminum.
Anyway, so when it starts impacting her life, she finds that sometimes you need to become the story in order to report the story.
No, that's 100%
super dumb.
not how journalism works.
No.
You don't get involved. You do not become the story.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't
to the point
know
where
anything about journalism, and I know that. I know that's their
to the point where like journalisms who are in disaster areas have gotten in trouble for when the ones who have like emergency training or medical training for helping people and then reporting on it.
Yeah, because you're
now no longer
you're not objective.
Yeah.
I'm all for people helping people out, but then you can't turn it into a news story at that point.
Yeah.
You gotta bail. You gotta let somebody else report on that.
Mm-hmm. But you can't give up the story.
If you're in the war zone,
that's like one of the big problems with Lois Lane.
Man versus Piranha Man.
Man wolf.
Yes. Like in that battle zone, if you're like, I know how to deal with werewolfism, I can help you not turn. Do you think that Werewolf Man has an advantage because he can turn people into a werewolf, whereas Piranha Man is just like...
Well, we don't know the rules of Piranha Man.
I don't... What are the rules of Piranha Man? Do we have any idea what his deal is? Like, he can eat really fast.
I mean, I'm picturing like he's like a really grotesque monster version of the creature from Black Lagoon.
I did...
With like the unhinged jaw of like an anglerfish or something.
Yeah, I like the fish man concept. We don't get enough of those. But...
Or like rip jaws from Ben 10.
The whole deal with piranhas is that there are a bunch of them and they're small. If you make them giant and...
Well, there was a mega piranha in the oldie times.
Was there really?
Yeah.
Okay. How big was it in... Not the Asylum's mega piranha. I know how big those were. They ate a battleship one time. But
mega piranha, extinct animal, actual size, 2.33 to 4.2 feet in length.
So it's a good size, like big bass or whatever, but as a piranha,
but with giant meaty shredding teeth.
I would get into this like, well, scientifically speaking, piranhas aren't that dangerous unless they're very hungry. But I don't want to be that guy. This is a movie with
werewolves.
Yeah, and I know what they're going for. But even so, like, it's just one piranha is just a fish that bites you. I mean, it's going to hurt real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not going to kill you. I don't understand the appeal of Piranha Man, Brantley.
Well, now he has, like, hands. Which means he's going to have claws.
Yeah, and, like, fin things on him.
Yeah.
Do you have a poster for this? I think we need to dig deeper. Werewolf versus Piranha Man? Werewolf Man. Werewolf Man versus Piranha Man.
Beat me to it.
The subtitle of it is there's a picture of the girl and it says 2 monsters fight for 1 girl, which is incidentally the plot of Super Mario Odyssey.
You call Mario a monster? Just because he controls the minds of random things who didn't ask for it?
Yeah.
And it forces them to inflict his will in the world?
That's what I'm saying.
And crushes beings' heads just because they're in his way?
That's the one.
And smashes bricks that are the citizens of the...
That's only in the first game, I'm pretty sure.
But still, those are the people he's smashing.
I don't think many people know about that lore.
Well, now you do.
So, what was that in a comic book or like...
That was in the instruction guide.
That Bowser has turned all the people into bricks?
Those bricks that he's running around punching, shattering into bits.
What is the next movie we have, Brantley?
Next up, we have a Werewolf Boy. Werewolf Boy. Oh my god. From 2012.
Okay.
This is both a 2012 and a werewolf themed episode.
Now, how many werewolf movies per year do you think come out on average?
Well, that's a question I have to have answered.
Well, Google's not going to know. I mean, that's...
On average, how many werewolf movies come out per year?
This is not going to work, guys.
It's going to be like 1.
Google doesn't know. Google's not keeping track of that and able to do the math all at once. Nobody else has done the math yet. This is I'm just going to have to edit this stuff out. If I can keep this portion entertaining enough, I might not have to. but I probably will.
I'm waiting for you to finish so I can get back to reading because it didn't give me any answers.
It didn't. I know it didn't give you any answers.
I know, but you kept talking.
Keep reading, Brantley.
Okay, you asked the question. I had to have it answered. An offer to buy her property brings elderly Kim Sun-yi, I think it's going to be like Korean.
Okay.
I can't remember. Back to the country cottage she briefly lived in during eventful times in her youth.
All right. I mean, this sounds pretty standard. I don't know where the Werewolf Boy is, but okay.
With her granddaughter by her side, Sun-yi recalls meeting Cheol-soo, not only a feral orphan from Korean war days, it was Korean, but a mute boy genetically spliced with wolf DNA by a rogue scientist, now deceased.
Did they just use the word spiced?
Spliced.
Oh. I'm kind of... I was going to take exception to that, but now that I know that it's a normal word, I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't have a spicy werewolf.
Spice Wolf, the unknown Spice Girl. She effectively tames the unsocialized lad through dog obedience training.
Oh, no.
And he soon becomes more than a loyal companion.
Oh.
Which is kind of creepy.
Yeah?
Protecting her from the rude advances of her late father's business partners, ne'er-do-well, spoiled, self-centered son, Jae-tae. Gonna have to break that down because there's a lot of commas there.
You're like...
separations.
Korea's making a run at Japan for the weirdness meter there.
Okay, so it's her and the boy spliced with wolf DNA.
Now, she knew him back in the day, is that correct?
This is like a flashback.
Oh,
whole movie's her flashing back.
Okay. I get it. I see what you're saying.
So, like, this is the, eventful times in the past. So she's taming him with dog obedience training. So she's got, like, the clicker.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a muzzle on him at night.
Yeah, click it. Get his attention.
He has crate training. Did they have crate training back then? I don't know.
And so he protects her from the rude advances of... So there's her dad.
Yeah,
and then it's her dad's business partner. His kid.
That makes sense.
Presumably it's like we built this business, our kids will, get married, and then we'll be family.
We'll pass it on.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That all tracks, although
yeah.
I was seeing her as like somewhat younger in my mind to then be ready to have some kind of advances made to her in any reasonable capacity, although they are rude.
Yeah, she's probably like 15 or something.
15, I would say, okay. Like, that's understandable.
Like...
That was I was thinking more like those lines of 9 or 10.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, Jae-tae, who fully expects Sun-yi to marry him someday. But he's like, we're going to do this now, though.
Yep.
And then Werewolf Boy. He would claim her as his own sooner than that, if not for Cheol-soo, who transforms into an unbeatable werewolf anytime someone threatens a member of his pack, leading Jae-tae to work towards a permanent solution to this problem.
The unbeatable Werewolf Boy is not quite as great as Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, but it is up there.
Oh, shut up.
This is the voice search episode of the podcast.
That was an accidental one.
Is he unbeatable because he's a werewolf and everybody else isn't?
Yeah.
Okay.
In werewolf movies, they tend to have a high track record of winning up until at least the end.
I mean, if Dog is real mad at you, you're probably going to have a problem there also.
Especially if it's like, Larry Talbot, who, even though they kill him off at the end of every movie, he comes back. To the point where his entire, storyline is, I want to die, people.
Still haven't done that real good with the Hulk yet, in my opinion. I want that. Although that's not Marvel's. That's not on brand.
He says in the first Avengers that he put a bull in his mouth and the other guy spit it out.
Yeah, but we don't see him get to that place in the movie. Like, he just talks about it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a flashback to when he first became the Hulk. We had the Ang Lee Hulk, which is parts of it are loosely in canon with Marvel. For the most part, it ignores it, but some of the parts are kind of there. Well, the
credit sequence of the Incredible Hulk sort of gets all that into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so we've had both the origins.
So this is the story of a girl and her unwanted suitor and her dog that is also a boy
who is also an unbeatable werewolf.
Well, right. This is like a movie that somebody, I realize that this is before this time, but somebody saw Jupiter Ascending and they just saw the "I like dogs, I've always liked dogs" line, and they're like, "There's just like a whole movie in that one line, and we're gonna make it, and we're Korean," and they did. They made the movie about the girl that likes dogs, and in both ways.
Yep.
And that's amazing.
And he's an unbeatable werewolf. Which, I want to know what we know he's unbeatable, so what is the other guy's plan?
Have you seen Jupiter Ascending, by the way?
I have not.
I'm an apologist for that movie.
I am apathetic towards it. I think it was like on at one point, and I saw like parts of it.
I just think that it's not great, but it's good and it's good enough for me.
I may have tried to start watching it at one point. I can't remember.
I should loan you my Blu-ray or whatever. Or you don't have a Blu-ray player, whatever. Oh, you do have a Blu-ray. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll do it for us this week, folks. Thanks so much for listening. If you like this, tell a friend about it. That'll help us out tremendously. As always, we have a Patreon page over at patreon.com/2weirdDidn'tWatch. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye,
Take
guys.
care.